Hello everyone, welcome to our application SamriddhBharat. To use our application, first the user needs to create an account using basic details like email, password, contact number, PAN card number and his name. Once the account is created, the user can log in using the same credentials. Now the user enters the main dashboard of our application where we cater 4 things: loan, insurance, CIBIL score and activity. The loan caters to 3 services, that is personal loan, educational loan and business loan. Each of them is divided into their respective subcategories and they give detailed overview of all the ongoing government schemes, be that for personal, business or educational loan. Next is insurance, where we collaborate with various companies and show their insurance policies. The CIBIL score simulator helps us to calculate the CIBIL score of each user, and using our machine learning model, we can help the user how to improve his or her CIBIL score. The basic details we ask here is like salary, bank accounts, credit cards, loans, etc. Our algorithm is pretty much accurate and it gives a right CIBIL score. Lastly, we have a marketplace to promote the art and culture of the local artisans in Rajasthan, where they can bid their products. Next, we have the business loan section, which we have tried to develop as a digital shark tank. The user first creates his or her account and assigns himself a role, be that a mentor or an entrepreneur, as you can see here. Once the role has been created, the user has to again log in to use the further features. This is the main dashboard of the digital shark tank. We have various features. The first is the post feature, where any entrepreneur or mentor can post his or her thought. Next, we have mentor search, where we can search the mentors on the basis of their name, tech stacks, experience, education, etc. The chat section with the mentors help the users to directly communicate with the mentors on the application itself without using any third-party sources. Next, we have the integrated map feature using the Google API, where if your Bluetooth feature is on, you can see all the nearby mentors. This is your profile section. Next, we have the in-app video call facility if the user would like to connect to his or her mentor. You have to simply create your room link and share it using the chat on our application. The join call button will activate a video call, as you can see on the screen. Next, we have the resume builder section, where with the help of providing basic details, the user can create his or her own resume. This is the stock screen, where we can study the stock prices, whether it is depreciating or increasing for any company. The next section is the startup section. And here we have a motivational section to develop a community feeling. The campaigns are used for crowdfunding events. Any user can create his or her own campaign and ask for crowdfunding. We have integrated Razorpay to make in-app payment procedures. Lastly, we have the referral club. Thank you for using our application SamriddhBharat.
On similar lines, we have the web application. We decided to build a multi-system compatible application, SamriddhBharat, to cater to a large audience. Here also, we can see the different types of loans which are like mentioned in the app. First, we check out the education loan. Education plays a large part in the economy of a country and a place. A lot of people do not complete their education because of the high costs of the fees, as well as the high interest that people have to pay for an education loan. Hence, we decided to find an alternative for this problem. What the people can do, or what the students can do, is that they can repay their interest in the form of an unpaid internship with the government, or by completing some projects, or by doing some sort of voluntary service under the government. This will encourage them to take more education loans and further complete their education. Now we have the personal loan section, where the user can choose from a variety of options and ease out their loaning process. We will come back to business loans later. Let's explore insurance. Here as well, the user can ease out their insurance process by various different schemes that are available. Now we have a feature called the credit score system. For an individual, it is important that they know what their credit score and their CIBIL score is. We believe that financial inclusion would be only effective when one understands it and understands the value. Hence, we have implemented an ML algorithm which takes in user input of certain data, and by training the model and by giving certain weights to the parameters, it gives out a credit score. A general activities page helps us to view events held by other people and the government so that the users can go and attend them. We also have a campaign section where if you want to donate to some business and startup, you can very easily do so. As you can see, we have integrated Razorpay as well in the application. A large part of the Indian economy is boosted by local artists and vendors. Hence, we also have a section or a marketplace of sorts to support the local artisans and the local businesses. To talk about the economic empowerment aspect of our application, let's come back to the business side of it. We know that a large part of the Indian economy is contributed to by startups and MSMEs, which are micro, small, and medium enterprises. Hence, we have a section separately for business loans where the startup owners can go through the various business schemes. And as you can see, we have linked the website, and they have a very easy way to fill out the form through our website. And they have the advantage to let go of the long and tedious lines and the process that they have to go out through while giving the form and submitting the form in the banks and making tireless rounds of to and fro from the bank. In this case, they can just fill the form through our website and it will show up on the government portal. Once it shows up on the government portal, the government officials will be able to approve it or reject it, and the user will be able to see his or her status on our website. Once the status is approved, the user has to go once to the bank with their documents and get them verified, and hence their loaning process can be very easily sanctioned. This will allow the users to encourage them to take more loans and build their startups, furthermore boosting our economy. So here we can see the government dashboard, and you can see the user logged in as Lokita Verma, who applied for the Mudra loan. Once the government official clicks approve, we will be able to check on the account where the status would have changed to approved, and here, as it has been approved, the user will now be able to go to the bank and submit the documents and get their loan sanctioned. We also decided to make a platform specifically for entrepreneurs so that they can find a mentor or an investor for their startup. Here, as you can see, we have a feed where the entrepreneurs can see what other startup owners are doing. Next, we have a very unique feature where the entrepreneur will be matched with a mentor of his or her industry. This is also done by our AI algorithm. Other than that, the user can obviously look for other mentors. Next, we have a get funding feature, which is kind of like a digital Shark Tank. Here, the startup owner can post a proposal, which is also automated through our entire application. So the user does not have to go through the entire long process of making a new proposal for every investor. Here, the user can just enter the details of their startup, like the name, the reason they want the funding, and other etc. details that the investor might be interested in. And once the user is done filling all the details, the user can click on the download PPT option, which will automatically generate a pitch deck for the entire startup, which the user can then very conveniently submit to the investors, and the investors can go through it and decide if they want to fund the user or not. So here, as you can see, the PPT has been downloaded, but due to screen recording limitations, we were not able to show Microsoft PPT and Google Chrome on the same tab. Next, we also have a section where the startup owners can check what kind of proposals their competitors are posting so that they know what is happening in the market. So that was our application, SamriddhBharat, your one-stop application for all financial needs. Here we are catering to a large audience, with it being students to young startup owners to elderlies looking for insurance policies, and we want to improve financial inclusivity in this way so that it caters to everyone. And we also want to improve the economic empowerment status of our country by promoting the local artisans, the local vendors, as well as the large startup industry and to unlock all the potential that our country holds.
Hello everyone, we are Team Enemies of Syntax. I'm Lokita Verma, the Chief Executive Officer of SamriddhBharat, and I have my team here with me, Shrey Parekh, the CTO, Sarthak Bhan, the COO, Priyambi Hiran, the CFO, and Dishant Zaveri, the CMO. So SamriddhBharat is a one-stop financial application for all of your needs. With our application, we aim to improve financial inclusivity and economic empowerment. Over to you, Shrey.
Hello everyone, I am Shrey Parekh, Chief Technical Officer of SamriddhBharat. Our application supports multi-system compatibility. It is built on a mobile application as well as a website. The mobile application is built on the React Native tech stack, and the website has been built on React.js, the front-end part, and the back-end part has been built on Django, as well as some ML models are used in Python notebook. We also support a WhatsApp bot which has been built on a no-code platform. Over to you, Priyambi.
Hello everyone, I am Priyanki Hiran and I am the Chief Finance Officer. Our application SamriddhBharat has various modes of channel for generating revenue. One of them is data monetization. As a platform, we are going to get numerous data about startups, mentors, mentees, local artisans, etc. Using this data, we would like to sell them to government through which they can do an on-ground market analysis and generate reports and schemes for future uses. The second mode of generating revenue for us is by taking commission from the government. As our own application is linked and tied up with government, we would like to have a commission from it. And lastly, our application will be a subscription-based model where few premium features will only be accessible to the subscribed users. This is how we are going to generate revenue from our application. Now I would request Dishan to continue.
So, hello, I'm Dishan Zaveri. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of SamriddhBharat. So, as a marketing strategy, we'll be promoting our product on various government events, and we will also be promoting on social media campaigns. So, now I will hand over to Sarthak.
Hi, I am Sarthak Man. I am Chief Operational Officer of the team Enemies of Syntax. So, now the future prospects. Our team is going to work on the blockchain technology where government will have an upper hand, that is decentralized blockchain network through which we can store and access many transactional data. Also, we were discussing on how we can include multiple ML models on prediction as well as user security, which will also bring a good and effective revenue to the government and to the user itself. So, thank you.
Presenting you all the final pitch deck of SamriddhBharat. The motive of our application is to develop solutions that promote financial inclusion and economic empowerment, such as improving access to financial services, promoting entrepreneurship, and reducing economic disparities. We would love to work at par with government and boost both the government as well as individuals' economy. Meet the team Enemies of Syntax, which includes Dishan Zaveri, Lokita Verma, Priyambi Hiran, Sarthak Bhan, and Shrey Parekh. We truly feel the need of our product is because today, banking is one of the most important sectors as it provides basic needs like loans, insurance, safety, and other parameters. But all this is linked to government, where a user has to stand in long lines and wait for hours. Besides that, the financial inclusivity is not reached to each and every rural area due to less number of banks or such stations. Henceforth, we would like to digitalize all these applications, be that loan, insurance, etc., so that each user can avail these facilities in few clicks. Target audience is general people, entrepreneurs, investors and mentors, students as well as local artisans and vendors. Moving on to the solution, the first parameter we are trying to solve is financial inclusivity. It is by giving easy access to financial resources, that is all the government schemes and yojanas as well as initiatives. Next is to cater all types of loans and insurance in the domain of housing, medical, travel, etc. and eliminate the process of filling out extensive forms by filling all the fields of the form automatically using your phone or laptop. We also calculate the CIBIL score for the creditability rate, and not just that, using our effective machine learning algorithm and models, a user can get to know how to improve his or her CIBIL score. Lastly, we have a machine learning algorithm for fraud detection also. That is, when a user tries to make some sort of transaction on an application, we get to know if it is right or wrong. Next parameter is financial education. Today's youth know the value of the money, but how and where to use it, they are unaware of it. So, the first thing we are trying to solve is by educational loans repayment. The paying interest rate is generally 12 to 18%, which is very high for a student. So, we would like to tie up with the government and use unpaid internships or project works of the government, which these students who are taking the loans can solve. And that would be a mode of repayment for them. Next is supporting locals by buying their artifacts, their products from our marketplace. Lastly, the most important feature is economic empowerment. Who doesn't like empowerment? So, we promote entrepreneurship by promoting upcoming startups and providing them a platform to grow, connect and learn. We have developed a digital Shark Tank platform where we have mentor-mentee system using which a new startup owner can get funds, mentorship on one stop itself. They can chat, connect, video call with their mentors and ask for any sort of guidance. The USP of our application also includes automated generating pitching decks by which the user, by simply filling the basic details of their startup, can get a creative and customized pitch deck to pitch to investors and other people for fundings. Lastly, the key thing about our application is that it is not just present on one platform. It is a multi-purpose compatible application available on web, app, as well as we also have our own WhatsApp bot for SamriddhBharat. All the mentioned things was the version 1 of our application which we have developed. We also have few future perspectives, which includes bulk selling of goods for local artisans, document verification and privacy using blockchain, and lastly, startup predictor, which will help all upcoming startups to know how much successful they will be and how can they tweak their product or application to be successful. A product is only successful when it is marketed well, and we would love that SamriddhBharat reaches to a huge target audience, for which we would, as mentioned above, we are already tying up with government for multiple fundings and loan schemes. Using this platform, we would like to participate in their campaigns, programs, and promote our application SamriddhBharat. Lastly, the major chunk of our target audience is youngsters, which can be attracted using various social media platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, etc. We, being as a company, would also like to generate revenue from this application, and the business module for the same is via subscription-based model, where the premium features of our application will only be accessible to subscribed users.